Hello everyone, I'm Metal Freak watching Metal Freak 9666 channel. And wow, where the frick have I been as you guys been wondering? Um Not much. Just been, still looking for jobs here, but most of the jobs I applied to denied. And some failed interviews here and there, just some of them, but they still didn't call me back or I didn't get the job as well. I even tried to file the unemployment and nothing has come on. So yeah, but I'm not gonna explain the whole uh, story of my whole life and all that bullshit. But right now, it's been forever since I've been, here with the camera on my face. But I wanted to tell you something that's very, very interesting, I would say, or something. Um, as you may know, I know most of you guys wondering like the whole random uploads I've done like on my guitar covers and of course on um the whole Fortnite thing. Yeah, that was me. That was actually me playing. But speaking of which, speaking of Fortnite and video games, well, it's something about video games. As you may know, I have been playing video games for a very long time, since, I was a kid around there. And I've been nonstop, been playing nothing but on Super Nintendo as a kid. And then by the time I grow up so much, I've been playing other modern consoles here and there, like the Xbox came out, the PS2 came out, the GameCube, Wii, Xbox 360, etc., etc., etc. But then now we got the new consoles that I've been renting. Sometimes, no, actually I did rant about it, but I think I deleted the video because it wasn't so good. But I remember explaining that the Xbox Series X looked like a huge ass brick that you put it around your house or something. But yeah, maybe it's mimicked like the PC as well too. And of course we got the PS5, which basically looks like a gigantic book. And now they came out with the new Slim, which is more smaller and still expensive. And then now, yes, I have the Nintendo Switch. I don't know if you guys saw my other previous videos where I was holding Nintendo Switch and while me playing it. Yeah, I still have it, but except that the first model that I have, it's a very long story, but I actually sell it to somebody. And then now, right now, I have the Switch OLED with me. So I was gonna take it out here in the video, but I just wanted to say something on through this, whole thing right here. But anyways, um, so speaking of video games and what's been going on, and this is very, very disappointing for all gamers out there, especially myself too, because I love, but it's something had to do with the Xbox and PlayStation. Actually, the PlayStation was announcing saying that by the year of 2028, which is like 2 years from now, that they are officially going to stop doing a physical game. So most of the times in the future, they'll be starting more digital stuff than having physical copies of games. Especially when you're getting the Grand Theft Auto 6 that everybody's been talking about, and we're all just gonna get like the digital code and not the whole disk drive or not the whole disk or anything that you purchased. So once it came out and all that. But yeah, I was very disappointed when I first heard about that they're going digital, especially the Xbox or Microsoft company, or yeah, Xbox company. Sorry. um, yeah, both of these companies are actually gonna go off mostly digital rather than physical. So yeah, and the biggest issue that I'm scared of, very in my heart, it kind of frustrates me when something comes up saying that we're going digital. I mean, yeah, I understand, it's very easy to buy and purchase games throughout online. But the only issue is that um the digital games that most gamers play. I mean, I understand Fortnite, yeah, it doesn't need to be one, or any online service type games or like Call of Duty or Halo or Assassin's Creed or one of the new games that are coming out right now, and especially Grand Theft Auto 6. So Yeah, but the only thing that issues me is that these digital games, I mean, they're cool. It's just, um, well, I'm gonna say this right now, but a little story. But my brother, however, he owns a PS4, and there's some issues been going on around his PS4, saying that whenever he buys a game digitally on on his PlayStation Store and everything, like he has everything all in file, everything on his in his memory thing inside the PS5. I mean, not PS5, PS4. So by the time he's playing like Dragon Ball or Resident Evil, when you like load up the game and all that, it like keeps like loading for like almost like probably like longer than like 2, 3, or 5 or maybe 10 minutes or so. And then other times too, when you're doing this on gameplay, um, it like it like freezes for like for like a random times, or even gets corrupted for most of the times too. Even other times too, like whenever you start playing and then all of a sudden it blacks out and it goes back to the PlayStation menu. So that's what my issue is. If you guys gonna do something that's very digitized, fix that please, because there's a lot of issues around with digital games, because it gets corrupted even though we don't have that much of a good storage, or something that's more capability, which I didn't expect. Games nowadays, they put more data inside the system, and well, the game itself rather than the system itself. And but I don't know, it just bothers me to seeing something like that, with digital games. Because I have the same problem with my Switch too, and including the Xbox, which we own it supposedly. Um, so whenever I play my Xbox One, like I bought this game on the store, which is I had a few. I think it was zombies, and my neighbors and Go Patrol, which I got that digitally, and then there's also that was it Konami's arcade classics, which it has Gradius 1 and 2 and Salamander or Life Force. Whenever I play those two games, and like I'm enjoying, just playing around and all that, but other time it at a random time it always like stops or freezes or goes slow downs for like 100% frame rate, like all like, how do I say, like more like shaky and all that. It's so weird. Yeah, and that's the problem with digital games, is that it's it's stupid. Even though I have a shitty Wi-Fi, maybe that's why. But if you're gonna buy like the high speed internet and all that, it's still not gonna work, because it's still gonna go like stop and go, and sometimes when the load screen, it's gonna take like half an hour just to upload, because you don't have the right storage or anything. And if you try to buy that, it's still gonna do the same thing. So why the hell they're going digital where we can use physical games that can actually work? Because I prefer physical, in my opinion. I don't know about you guys, because I don't know if you guys have any problems with your systems. I don't know if you're on your PS4 or PS5, Xbox or Switch. Then yeah. And I do have a lot of problems on my Switch too. Whenever I play games on there too, it keeps like getting stuck in something and everything. And plus, around that time when I had my OLED, and I just bought a 1 terabyte, SD card, and whenever I play some games in there, and it still keeps corrupting and all that bullshit. I even try like finding more like corrupted data and everything, and it said like nothing. It said nothing else. It says everything's all good. And whenever I start playing those games on digitally, it still has the same problem. The slowdowns, it stops for like 5 seconds, or the loading screen only takes like fucking like almost 20 minutes or so. Like, yeah, why the hell would we need digital when we can have physical games that can just run easily? Just like, well, PlayStation, for example, the PlayStation 1, 2, three and sometimes four. But yeah, and even the Xbox, the first Xbox, the original one, the 360, that's it. It could have been something like that. So why the hell are we having digital games than we have, physical? It's very, I don't know. Yeah, that's what I'm ranting about. It's just why digital? Come on. Well, and according to, I don't know, I've seen a bunch of on social media, but something was telling me saying that most of the fans they signed a petition, maybe like a thousand or more signatures to keep physical games, which we wanted that because by the time going digital, what if there's people that couldn't afford the Wi-Fi or couldn't afford a better SD card or a hard drive or something that you want to put more games in, and then what if you buy that game, buy that specific game, and then you're deleting the one games that you have? I know you can re-download it after if you don't want to. I mean, if you don't want it, or if you want to keeping it, you can still re-download your games. But by the time that, it's still gonna do the same problem: slowdowns and low frame rates, keep stopping for 5 seconds, everything. So yeah, that's my main issue is that those those things might hurt gamers, for having not physical games because physical games are more better than just digital because yeah. And I know I understand, with the whole physical games of people with scalpers and all that bullshit, but it's just something that you want to have in around your collection, like on your shelves or something else. But yeah, and I have a whole bunch of games that I have over the times and before the times I got fired. But yeah, I do I do sometimes play digital games, but not as much because it keeps stops. It keeps stopping every time I play. The games that I specifically play, like Doom Eternal. That's the one game that I couldn't really play on my Switch because it keeps going slowdowns and whatnot. And what are the ones that are very digital? But I think that's pretty much all that. But yeah, it's I don't know. It's just very disgraceful for you know why going digital when we could just do physical games instead. But yeah, but I don't know. Maybe sometimes in the future we may keep or not. Then if not, then we're just gonna have to stick with it and try to get another storage or different hard drive or something. But I don't know. I mean, if you guys are very happy with the whole digital, that's fine. But for me, I just don't like it, and I'm afraid Nintendo's gonna do the same thing too, since PlayStation and Xbox are going digital, and I'm afraid Nintendo's gonna do the same thing too. So yeah, and yeah, it might be the end of the video game era. Sure, there's a lot of people that played on the Steam Deck or on PC. That's very easy, but something that you would love to play, physically on your console that you grew up with, like the Super Nintendo, and then they remember those times that when you pick out a game and start blowing the cartridge and start putting it in and turning it on and enjoy just like that. Especially like no like at the times we don't have any DLCs or Wi-Fi require like internet service or anything else. But yeah, they should really stick with the games that we love, not just something that you pay for a bigger price for just to buy a storage just to play this game or something. But I guess this is what we are now in the 21st century. So here we are in the 2020 era. So yeah, so I don't know. This might be our last time just to play video games or not, but I don't know. We got to find out. Anyways, that's all I got to say. So yeah, so that's me ranting about this whole digital shit about with the games that we love instead of putting them in physical copies. So yeah. All right then. Well, thanks for guys for watching, and I hope this video would grow much. I don't know. it's been a while since I've been posting videos here on this channel. You know, just after the whole incident that happened with me from my job, and plus applying more jobs, like I said earlier, and everything else. Yeah, that's what I've been struggling now. And not only that, and plus went to the doctors around that last week, and I'll keep you guys updated for that one. So yeah. So and plus I'll probably talk about more video game stuff on this channel because I just wanted to feel the vibe. So yeah, because I love video games, really. Everybody loves video games around this channel. Yeah, and the whole YouTube community and TikTok and everything. But yeah, but maybe sometimes in the future I will. Oh no, not in the future, but maybe like later on or so if I get my shit started up with the whole job thing, or not. If I have time to just to make video game videos or anything. But I do have a whole bunch of clips on my Switch, so at random times there might be some cool things on my Switch that I captured. So yeah. Um, Anyways, thanks you guys for watching. I hope you guys are doing okay. I'm okay too as well. So if you're new here, please subscribe and I don't know, click the notification button and be sure to comment on here on this channel if you have any questions or any opinions about this whole digital shit. So yeah. Anyways, thanks you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Keep rocking.